And joining me for Media Watch is France 24's James Creedon. Good evening,
Good evening,
James.
Catherine.
We're going to talk a very serious subject, one which we've been covering in our news bulletins. Morocco's king has been forced to reverse a royal pardon of a Spanish paedophile after a huge public outcry in Morocco.
And I mean, France 24 has been covering it all weekend. There were protests in Paris on front of the embassy. It's been a big shock wave, really, for the monarchy in Morocco. Indeed, a bombshell, as it was described in the editorial of Le Monde online, which we'll get to in a little while. Let's take a look at some of the headlines in the Brisbane Times. This story has gone global. Fury over the pardon of Spanish paedophile Daniel Galvan Fina forces Morocco's king to reverse course. As Slate Afrique put it, he had to bend to the pressure on the street, which is essentially unprecedented in Morocco. Other headlines, we're seeing that the head of the prison system, the prison service in Morocco, has been essentially sent away. In other words, you know, perhaps the king is looking for other people to point the finger at, because he claims, and that is the official position, that he was not aware of the details of this case. In Spain, we see that Daniel Galvan Fina was arrested as well this afternoon. So yes, the guy, what these protesters, both in the streets and online, were aiming to do, Catherine, it seems to have been a success. That is to draw attention to this man, so that this case would not pass under the radar.
And they certainly made their voices heard, not only in the streets, is where you come in even more, James,
yes,
also expressed online.
That's right, and that poster, I think, is one example of that for sure. You're seeing lots of other messages circulating on social media under the hashtag DanielGate. Even in the Morocco media, it's being referred to as Daniel Gate.
That's gone global, hasn't it?
It
after
has.
Watergate.
That's right. It's being referred to in any kind of scandal at this point. That's the front page of a Moroccan newspaper. A rather disturbing photo, really, of Daniel Galvan Fina with children. How they got that photo, I have no idea, but it was on the front page of the Moroccan media. I'm not going to show you the headline of this Moroccan blog, Catherine, because it's actually quite rude, and it's expressing a message that has been circulating on social media quite a lot. Very much tongue-in-cheek, very much ironic, saying, if you're a paedophile, why don't you come to Morocco? Because it looks like the way you know, the prison, the system is dealing with them, they're getting away with it.
Well,
so
there's been a lot of concern about illegal sex tourism in Morocco in the past, hasn't
and
there?
Indeed, foreigners often being involved in those cases. Le Monde itself saying that actually a majority of cases that come to the authorities' attention involve foreigners. Now, you have fathers as well putting up photos on social media with their children, basically saying, I don't want my child to be a royal offering. That's a very provocative message, but it's one that you're seeing out there. Also, this message in Arabic saying, don't touch my child. So I think people actually taking this very personally. I suppose anyone who has children or who knows children, which is most people, really actually very angry about this decision in Morocco. That is a Moroccan person, Catherine, who actually tore up his national identity card and put the photo online. That's actually a very provocative message being sent out there. Here is a cartoon from somebody who just doesn't quite buy the whole notion that the king didn't see the pardon, and that's a cartoon of King Mohammed VI blindfolded as he's signing that pardon. And others, messages from around the world, from Mexico there on the right, from India on the left. There's another one here, I think, from Wyoming in the US, people expressing their solidarity with this movement against the pardoning of Daniel Galvan.
All right, now we're a sensitive area here. How credible are the king's claims he wasn't aware of the details of this case?
That's right. Now, one Moroccan journalist, Mustafa Toussa, who spoke to the Nouvel Observateur magazine here in France, says this is credible, that the king would not personally have looked at these 48 cases, because it was 48 people were pardoned in total. Now, this man is making headlines in the Moroccan media. This is the La Comé website. His name is Fouad Ali El Hima. He is an advisor to the king, and apparently the story, at least in this article, goes that the Spanish demand was for both extraditions and for royal pardons, and that this advisor, Fouad Ali El Hima, actually merged the list of those who were to be extradited, i.e. to be dealt with by the Spanish legal system, and those who were to be pardoned. Therefore, Daniel, the person at the centre of Daniel Gate, who should have been extradited, was actually pardoned, and this man is now being blamed for that. Oh. So whether or, you know, who knows what the truth of it is, but certainly that's the official line for now.
Lots of intrigue there, and it's certainly a bombshell in a country. People don't usually protest against the monarchy anyway. We are going to have to leave it there. Thanks very much.
Thanks,
indeed, James Creedon there with tonight's Media Watch. Right, stay tuned to France 24. More international news coming up very soon.